Hi, good morning. Somebody on Twitter said this is the kind of week where years pass, and it very much feels like that. Actually, last week I was saying to a couple of traders, can't we just take the S&P to 3,000 already? That would be 20% more downside, by the way. And it's at 3,000 that, for example, one of my trader friends says that his strategist at a bulge bracket has been very good, and has said essentially fill your truck at 3,000, which, as I say, is quite a long way down from here. But speaking of years passing in a matter of weeks, the move in the pound is quite unprecedented. We did highlight in our note yesterday just how bizarrely anti-pound the new chancellor's mini budget was. And in fact, already today, 3 Conservative MPs are calling for a no confidence vote in Liz Truss, which I think must be the fastest time between a new prime minister, who after all, literally only came in 3 weeks ago and was accepted by the Queen, to give you an idea of the timings, now already facing no confidence. So, these are the sort of major moves alongside the yen, and we've pointed out on a macro level, the move in Credit Suisse credit default swaps is absolutely extraordinary. And these are dramatic times, and obviously pretty bearish. You've got to keep in mind on the oil side that the first principle is always demand. You can make all the supply arguments you want, but if the market fears demand, essentially it's going to be very bearish. And furthermore, we've said that although there was a major drawdown last week in the XLE, for example, over 10%, a very big down move, the recent history of these drawdowns suggests that they only lead to more drawdowns. So, for example, the one that we saw in early June, the couple that we saw in 2020, and the prior one, all actually triggered further selling of oils, not a bounce back. Additionally, looking technically at the stocks, there's not as many as you would think are below their 50-day moving average, and that also would have to come a lot lower before we'd be looking for a bounce trade here. Of course, demand is twofold. The market's terrified of recession, but also this is shoulder season. So everybody's waiting for winter to start to get back into the oils, and it's going to be tricky for us because I think that move to be long for winter may be front run early, but the fact of the matter is we're still a couple of months away from winter starting. Although it's quite chilly here in Brooklyn, I have to say. We're thinking about putting the heating on in this co-op that I live in. So tough times indeed. Nothing on the earnings calendar, just all macro this week, and I wish you good luck. I'm going to the UK this time next week for a couple of weeks to see my mother, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than it was just on Friday. Have a good day.